All right, so this is why you should leave America, bro. This is why you should leave America. Now, currently, I'm back, and this is the third video for today. So if I'm wearing the same outfit and I didn't upload it maybe a week later or something, that's why you see me in the same outfit. But I'm back in America, and yeah, man, it's very toxic here. I hate it. I cannot wait to go back to Kenya, because oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose my mind if I stay here. But I'm back for the holiday.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. So in today's episode, we came across a very interesting video of a Black American YouTuber who lives in Kenya but is currently in America for vacation. Right, and in this video, he talks about how he found mental health outside America. And this is funny because at some point, America used to be marketed as the best place on earth, to which I do believe at some point it used to be, just not anymore, right? Right. So other than his mental health improving, he also gives several other reasons why African Americans should aspire to leave America and leave America now. Let's watch what he has to say, and then you come back and talk about it. You can also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel. Also leave us a comment on what you think about this video. Let's watch.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, man, you have to leave America. You have to. And I'll tell you why. There's a few reasons why you should leave America, and you should do it, I say, as soon as possible. And what I mean as soon as possible, I'm not saying the time frame like, oh, next month, next week. No, I'm talking about like forever type shit. Like as soon as possible. Like leave. Like in your 20s and your 30s. Like leave. Just get going and never come back. So the first reason why you should leave America is because you'll have better mental clarity. And what I mean by that is America's a wild place. And honestly, I've been back for about a week and a half now, and I am losing my fucking mind. I am losing my mind here. And I don't think that it's literally any person per se that's doing it. I think it's just the entire atmosphere. It's like when you go into a grocery store and nobody's talking to each other. And you go out and nobody's like speaking to each other. It's crazy. And it's like coming from Kenya, everybody's so welcoming, everybody's so warm, everybody's so friendly. And here it's just everybody just seems very cold and standoffish and not like, you know, welcoming. It's very it's juvenile. I'll just put it like that. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm better than you. I feel like I'm better than you. And it's just like an overall just entitlement that comes with being in America. And I feel like if you kind of are in a space in life where you really want to figure out who you are as a person, I feel like, man, traveling may actually help you. Because I know for me, it helped me kind of just, you know, get a broader horizon on exactly what I want to do and, you know, who I'm becoming. Like, I took a step back. I actually took like a pilgrimage in a way to Africa. The first time, like I said, when I was like 25, and it's changed my life forever. And I'm glad that I did it, you know? And it's those memories that you make, and especially, and go by yourself as well. That's another tip. Go by yourself, because honestly, when you go by yourself and you don't have anybody to rely on, you really get to see what you're made of. And that's a beautiful thing, because especially as a man, like when you kind of, you don't have mom, dad to come save you, you don't have brother, you don't have friends, you don't have anybody to come save you, and shit could get real. Like shit could get real fucking real, you know? And it kind of just, like I said, it shows you what you're made of, and it makes you become a more well-rounded man. And I feel like any man, especially in their early to mid to late 20s, traveling, especially before you have kids, you have, you know, responsibilities, and you have, you know, these things, like you should definitely like really look into it. You should do it, man. Like look into it, do it, whatever. Like you got to make that step though. In America, I'm telling you, America will have you thinking that this is the end all be all, and it's really not. Like America, man, I'm telling you, America it's not it, bro. Like you can really, like, especially when you leave and you come back, you see America for what it really is, and it's really just, you know, shitty people, shitty service, you know, shitty cars, shitty personalities. All right, so the second reason I feel that you should leave America, and this one is for all the single people out there, whether it's men or women. This is for both men and women. This is unisex right now. I'm not even going, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just leave it to one gender. But it's for better relationships. And as crazy as it seems, I'm telling you, a lot of people have been raised with different values in different countries, and America just seems like a melting pot of just fuckery. It's like there's really no culture, there's no traditions. Like if you're like homebred American, like of course a lot of people come from different places and they, you know, keep their culture, but when you're homebred American, if you're originally American, you really don't have no culture. Your culture is pop culture basically. But back to the topic of dating though, like dating in other countries, if that's like, if you want to find a wife or if you want to just date and just get that experience, man, I'm telling you, dating overseas and dating in different countries is probably the best thing that you can do for your life. And also, if you're getting kind of tired of, you know, just like the way you're being treated in America, because a lot of women are disrespectful, a lot of women are masculine, and no disrespect to the women that's watching, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm just keeping it honest, I'm keeping it real, keeping it thorough. Like a lot of women, especially in the black community in America, a lot of women are very, 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 very goal oriented and I don't need a man type vibes and all this type of stuff, strong, independent, and that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, it's like you got women that's gonna be in their 40s and 50s. Oh, I don't need a man, and that's a lonely life to have, ladies. That is a lonely life to have. And I'm telling you, and fellas, man, like, stop wasting your time with some of those women, bro. I'm telling you, get your passport. You gotta leave, man. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, what's the end goal? What's the prize at the end of the finish line? Like, what do you get for like putting all this effort into trying to date in America? You get a woman that twerks. You get a let me stop. You get a woman that wears bonnets in public. I mean, all right, I'm gonna calm down. But listen, what really is the end goal though? Like, really think about it. Like, what are you getting for the effort that you're putting in? You want to make six figures, you want to have nice cars, you want to have nice clothes and all this for what exactly? Like, what are you getting at the end of the day? Is your woman submitting to you? Is your woman cooking for you? Is your woman cleaning for you? Is your woman not giving you headaches? Like, all these things are really like American vibes. That's American vibes for you. Now, of course, you have your outliers, and some people probably in the comments gonna be like, oh, bro, you just ain't found the one in America, blah, 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 this, and that. But it's like, at the end of the day, there's, what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a very, very small minority of those women when there is a huge majority of those women outside of America. So that's that part, the dating. Now, moving on to, is this the, I don't even know if this is the third or fourth. I'm cutting it up, so I don't know. Whatever. But, and the next one is about happiness. I've honestly been the most happy that I've ever been outside of America. And it's crazy to say, like, I was in America for, what, 24, 25 years before I ever made my first trip outside of America. And literally the first week I felt like more welcome and more happy than I've ever felt in my life. And that's saying something, man. That's really saying something. And it's not saying something about me. It's saying something about the goddamn culture and the atmosphere in America, man. Like, it should be no reason why someplace that I'm born in just makes me feel like I'm unwanted here in a way. And it's not even unwanted by like the people, it's just unwanted by the society, you know. And just being a black man especially, it's very like undertonish of just racism and all of these things that still going in America, you know. And at the end of the day, I just feel way more happy when I'm outside of this corrupt system. And of course, I'm not trying to say you should take, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts and the way I view things as gospel. But at the same time, you know, it's just, this is just how I feel about it. And I'm just giving you my opinion about it. All right, so the last and final reason why you should be leaving America and never coming back is honestly just you have a way better lifestyle outside of America. Now, of course, I'm not in your pocket, so I don't know your financial situation, but 9 times out of 10, you're not a millionaire. Watching this, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not even going to act like I'm a millionaire yet. Yeah, you got to, manifest whatever, but I'm not a millionaire. I'm not there yet. So I know a lot of you guys are in like the same position that I am, and you probably either working a 9 to 5 or you have like a YouTube or something that you're just starting and you're trying to get motivation. And I get it, I understand it. And we're all just still developing and just going through our journey in life in our 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever. But yeah, man, it's just a way better way of living just outside of the United States, from the food, from the people, from even actually some governments. Quiet as kept. Like America, like we think, oh, we're the best at this, we're the best at that, but honestly a lot of other places could have you fooled and have you thinking there's one way where it's really not. And actually a lot of countries are on the come up. And I'm telling you, man, within the next 20 to 30 years, I can honestly see America being one of those places where it's like, oh, America used to be, or America has been, But I do implore you guys to just, do your own due diligence before you take that step and leave America, because there is goods and there is also bads when it comes to this. So I don't want to just sell you guys a dream and make it seem like, it's just sugar and spice and everything nice, because, maybe it might not be for you, And it's just kind of, up to each person individually to figure out what they want to do. And basically all I'm doing is just giving you guys, just the thought process, or maybe sparking that idea in your mind that, oh, maybe I would have a better way of living outside of America. Yeah, he does make some good points with this, and this. And, and maybe it could change your life. And that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to help at the end of the day.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about this episode. And I feel like the reason the brother is talking about mental health, to which he explained, he says that in America, people are not as social as in Africa, specifically Kenya. And personally, I feel like when you're feeling the pressures of paying bills, you understand, there's a lot, Americans are being overtaxed. Like, I can just say that they pay a lot of taxes. At the end of the day, you work very, very hard with little to no time to enjoy yourself and people around you. Yeah, so you trade in your time. You can't even get to see your family. You can't even get to meet up and mingle with your friends anymore, because life is too expensive. And the way human beings we were created, Maureen, I just have to say, beings. Exactly, we are social beings. There's no way we live without getting depressed, and you're not mingling with other human beings. You don't have that social life, Right. And I find this interesting because he's not the first Black American who's come to Africa and said this. Guys, I don't know how many of you know the YouTubers that go by the name residential tourists. They're also African American, and when they first relocated to Kenya, they also had the same views as this gentleman. They said that in Africa, the mental health increased in a positive way. Right. And when you look at how they say in America, people mind their business, but in Africa, your neighbor wants to talk to you, to know how your day is, how you are doing, and how you're faring on. Right. And this is something I feel like we mentioned when we went live with our guests. We also talked about this because they experienced that with Black Americans in their country. You find that even here in Africa, people care enough to know how you're doing. Want to know about you. Exactly. And and African Americans, most often than not, when they're in Africa and they experience this kind of thing, they feel like they want to be. For them. It's very strange for them because they don't understand why people talk to you or are good to you. So they often think that someone has ulterior motive, but more often than not, people are just socializing. You know, like people live like humans. They've not been programmed like robots.
Like robots.
And then another thing also I remembered when I was listening to this brother, I feel like I have to do a contrast of this because this is a Black American brother who came to Africa and got that experience. Now let's talk about an African brother who goes to America and the kind of shock and experience they have, just so you can get to compare the two places and understand what he means by mental health when he's talking about that. We were watching a documentary by Tayo Aina. If you don't know him, you can look for that documentary on YouTube. He was covering about Africans who have gone to the UK, right? And how expensive life is there. And there was this particular African who was talking and saying that, you know how in Africa they're used to, as we've said, we are very communal. Somebody talks to you to find out how you're doing. If you see an older person struggling with
baby luggage, a young African man or woman will go up to that elderly person and ask them if they need help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this boy was saying the first time he moved, he was Nigerian.
Yeah.
The first time he moved to UK, he went to the supermarket and he saw a very
frail old person. It was a woman struggling with her luggage, and he ran up to her and asked her if he could help. And the woman just clutched her bag and her belongings.
Became defensive. First of all, he's black and the woman is palm colored.
A black with an accent.
Exactly. So she clutched her bag and she started,
being frantic.
Exactly. Telling people that he wanted to attack her, this and that. Thank God
there are other black people in the store
and who
intervened, and then they pulled him aside and said, brother, we understand you're an immigrant, we don't do that here.
Yeah, we understand you're trying to help, but you don't do that here. So you can picture those two kind of scenarios. Yeah, and just work it for yourself and see what it does to somebody's mental. How is that African brother going to come back to the continent?
Come back a different person, someone who isn't used to socializing with people. He'll feel like when people back here socialize with him, it will take some time for him to reprogram himself, because he'll feel like people are helping him because they have ulterior motives when they're helping.
Right. Another thing the brother mentioned was how the fact that him leaving America and then coming back into America, he could now see America for what it was, and he could see clearly what it is and what it's not, and he's not the only one who's mentioned this. I don't know how many of you know the YouTuber by the name Albino. He's called somebody Albino. If I remember the name, I think we'll leave it there, just in case you want to go check him out. And he's also an American YouTuber
who's quite addicted to Africa.
Exactly.
He's traveled to Kenya, South Africa, and a few other places in Africa. Right. But I think he's settled quite well in South Africa.
So this guy was talking about, he did an episode where he traveled to South Africa and then came to Kenya, stayed a while. So it came time for him to go back to America, right?
And he was finding it difficult
to go back
and board the plane.
Right. When he landed, the funny statement or remarks he said was, "Oh God, I'm back in the ghetto," So he was calling America the ghetto
because of how dirty most places are. Like America, the way it's represented on TV and the reality of it, it's not what you see.
Yeah.
Even in New York, here in Africa, films we see from New York are of very clean places like Uptown, But from YouTubers who are African YouTubers who've gone to New York,
they've had that shock.
They've had that shock, and so have we. Because we see a lot of dirty places in New York, and you're like, this is not what you see on TV.
Yeah, and
another thing he said, by the way, was you need to step outside of your culture in order to experience other good things. His delivery might have been questionable.
Not questionable, just not agreeable by everybody. But
I think I get what he's saying.
Yeah. So you guys, let us know what you think.
So another thing he said he said he is not a millionaire by any means, but outside of America, he has gotten the worth of his money.
Yeah, a better lifestyle. So guys, you make that decision. Are you gonna leave America? Are you able to leave America?
But if you're not, it's also all right.
Yeah, you
right?
manage
quite all right.
you
manage
can.
where you can. And I think the most important thing, what he said, what other expatriates usually say, and what many African YouTubers usually insist on, before you move to any place, it's not only Africa.
Yeah, don't
if you've
move
decided
because
to
somebody has told you to move.
number one, and number two, if you're going to move anyways, it's not a must for it to be Africa. Any other part that is not America, do your due diligence on how people live there, so that when you're coming into that place, you have a smooth transition and you know how to handle yourself, so that things don't happen to you, like being conned and losing your money.
One thing for sure, something that he highlighted was that America is changing, and it's changing fast. People are going to have the kind of conversations to say
it used to be good.
America used to. Anyway guys, let us leave it there. Let us know what you think about this episode. As usual, we appreciate your company,
and we'll see you on our next episode.